Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen, welcome back to Sunday morning in the Old Cookbook Show. Today we're going to do another recipe out of the Canadian Farm Cookbook. Published in 1910, this is a community cookbook. Recipes that were sent into Canadian Farm, a publication that I'm not able to find much reputable information about. If you have some information about them, please let me know down below so I can look into it a little bit further. The recipes are essentially from farming communities across Canada, but heavily weighted to the Southern Ontario region, Windsor to Ottawa. The recipe we're going to do today is from Myrtle Station. Myrtle Station is very close to where I live right now. Used to be a railway that ran through there between Toronto and Montreal. There was a station, became known as Myrtle Station. It is now a place where I report to Oshawa Tower on one of the approaches to the Oshawa Airport. And we're going to do something called Bales Pie. It is essentially a raisin pie. I have never had this version of a raisin pie with lemon as a flavoring, and I've never heard it referred to as Bales Pie. And I'm hoping that someone out there knows why it's called Bales Pie and can let me know down in the comment section. So, light brown sugar. And next in is cornstarch. And cornstarch is just so powdery and sticky. And I'm going to mix that together with the brown sugar. Makes it so much easier to dissolve the cornstarch later if it's mixed in with the brown sugar now. Okay, so that's mixed in there well. We need some milk. It calls for sweet milk, and as we know, sweet milk is just milk. Oh! What kind of monster puts the milk away? Empty. Empty. Who does that? Okay. I guess it's my job to change the bag. There we go, cup of milk. And since the copper bowl is rattling around, we're also going to need this, so I'm going to get it down. Milk, toss that in. I need an egg yolk in here, and it says to make a frosting of egg white. And I'm assuming that it means just to use the single egg white from here. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough because, you know, there's not much of a frosting that can be made from a single egg white. Okay, egg yolk in. I'll give that a whisk. Okay, juice this lemon. And lemon juice into the mixture. So I've got here an all butter pie crust in a pie tin. So this is an aluminum tin. I put it on a tray so I don't spill. I've got the oven preheated to 350 with a pizza stone, and I'm going to put this directly on top of the pizza stone. I get a nice bottom crust that way without having to blind bake. And most of the recipes from this time period don't mention anything about blind baking. Blind baking is something that comes along later. Now, I'm supposed to put in a cup of chopped cooked raisins. The cooking part of the cooked raisins is what a lot of people would do today in soaking them. Back in the day, you'd be buying raisins in bulk and they would be dry. They would be so dry. They would be so hard. Today, we're spoiled. We're buying raisins in plastic packaging. And it's in airtight plastic packaging almost the whole way. They're much softer. There's not as much moisture loss. This time period, lots of moisture loss, hard as rocks. Soaking or boiling them a little bit beforehand was needed because you just couldn't cook with them. You couldn't put them in a muffin, you couldn't put them in a cake or a pie like this without them just soaking up all of that extra moisture. not as important today. But if you wanted to, go right ahead. I'm not gonna. So here we go. I'll pour the filling in carefully so I don't disturb the raisins too much. Into the oven. No clue on the time. I had debated setting the oven to 425 or 450 to start and then turning it back to 350 to allow the cook, just to give it that heat at the beginning. I don't know how long. There's no mention of how long. Every pie is a little bit different. I'll just have to keep my eyes on it. It'll be okay. Okay, time to start whipping these eggs. I should say egg. We'll see what we can whip up. And the pie, I think the pie's ready. I should probably pull it out now. And I'll crank up the broiler so we can broil the meringue when we get it on top. Okay, we'll just put this back in to brown a little bit. I'm going to keep the door open and keep an eye on it.
Ooh, pie.
Pie.
Hey, friends. It looks like it. Raisin?
Raisin,
Buttertart?
milk, egg yolk, light brown sugar, and a lemon.
So it's like a
Lemon juice.
creamy kind of version of a butter tart?
Yeah, it's...
Well, you know how you find out. I'm in.
I'm expecting the lemon juice to really kind of cut the over sweetness of it.
It's like a lemon pie.
Oh, that's really
Or
good.
not a lemon pie. It's like a lemony raisin pie. And you're right, it's not as cloyingly sweet as a raisin pie.
Yeah. The lemon cuts the sugar. So it's, I mean, it's, make no mistake.
Oh, it's sugary.
It's sugary. It's really sweet, but the lemon kind of cuts that and makes it so that you could eat the whole pie.
It also changes the texture, not the lemon, but the milk sugar combo, the thing that's kind of
Yep.
like a buttery tart.
Yep.
Changes the texture from being that seedy raisin.
That's really good. And, you know, 1 egg's worth of meringue worked out okay. It's that waste not, want not. You put the yolk in the filling. What are you going to do with the white? You throw it on top because that's what you're going to do. This is really good. I have no clue why it's called Bales Pie.
I want to lick my fingers. This is what I'm trying not to do. We'll do it anyway.
No clue why it's Bales Pie. Must be named after somebody, maybe?
Perhaps there's a more traditional definition of bale?
If you know why it's called Bales Pie, if you've ever had a Bales Pie, if you know Mrs. Harrison from Myrtle Station, Ontario, I mean,
You might not know her.
you might not know her. This was 1910, but you might know something about it because I don't know anything about it.
There you go.
I've had raisin pies.
Yes.
I live in the neighborhood
Of butter tart land?
of where this is from, and I've never had this pie. I don't know anything about it. That's, you know.
But that's the thing about regions, right? Regional and family and all those things, it
There could be somebody-
defines who you are from a
Yes.
from a food standpoint.
There could be someone down the street
Who makes it
that
every
makes
day.
this every Sunday. Yes, and we've never had it. So let us know. But this is a great pie. Absolutely fantastic.
I think my Uncle George would have loved it.
Oh, would have eaten the entire thing.
I see, I just want to pick the... This is bad.
Thanks for stopping
Don't
by.
do this.
See you again soon.